a former Canadian defense minister, who has said that the world's most powerful people are concealing the presence of aliens, is asking the government to release what they know about UFOs and extraterrestrials. Paul Hellyer has an impressive background. He served as Canada's defense minister in the 1960s. He oversaw the drastic changes within the Royal Canadian Navy, Canadian Army and the Royal Canadian Air Force, in which they were eventually turned into a single organisation. It's his recent comments though that have caused him to be featured in the mainstream media. Mr. Hellyer started to make comments on unidentified flying objects around 2015, where he stated that these crafts are just as common as planes, going on to say that aliens have been visiting Earth for many years now, and the reason they started to take an interest in us is because of the atomic bomb. Many UFO researchers have said that when the first atomic weapons were being tested, there was a huge increase in UFO sightings. Mr. Hellyer, along with those who researched the phenomena, explained that when aliens saw what we were doing with atomic bombs, we suddenly became a great threat to the cosmos. In an interview with Russia Today, he said the following: "The reason for this was that man was stupid enough to invent the atomic bomb. Aliens are frightened that we're going to use it again and again, and this will affect the whole balance of the cosmos." End quote. Mr. Hellyer suggested that various people who worked for the United States government know what's going on, and even said that when you're put in contact with the correct people, it doesn't take long for you to get the proof. He explained that the documents he's received and the people he's talked to have told him there's between 2 and 12 different alien species, and one of the reasons why people don't know about this is because the majority of them look like us. This is in line with what people have said in the past. In fact, according to the Mutual UFO Network, the second most commonly reported alien is nearly completely identical to human beings in almost every way, except for a few key differences. Referred to by MUFON as the Nordic alien species, the Nordic aliens are reportedly aliens that have long blonde hair, so blonde that it's commonly mistaken as being white, pale skin, deep blue eyes, and stand between 6 to 7 feet tall. The first ever reported encounter with the Nordic aliens was made back during the 1950s by a man named George Adamski, of whom would later go on to be one of the most famous ufologists, and finish a book titled Flying Saucers Have Landed, and inside the spaceships, that would feature in-depth descriptions of his encounters throughout the 1950s. Many of those that have claimed to have encountered the Nordic aliens, or have been abducted by the species, claim that the Nordic aliens possess advanced telepathic abilities, able to communicate entire concepts and emotions with their abductees and instill them with a tremendous amount of new information. Although many claim that the species is benevolent in nature, with some claiming that the Nordic aliens are preparing to save the human race for abduction in the event of a world-changing catastrophe, there appears to be a number of doomsday cults that worship the Nordic aliens in sinister ways. Hellyer's main message though is that these aliens have the knowledge to change our planet, and that when the time comes he thinks they will step in and make the world greener. He said that high-up officials told him this has to be done in the right way, otherwise people won't get on board, saying that information occasionally gets leaked to the public, and this is in order to get them accustomed to the idea. Many members of the alien community have speculated that perhaps the main cause for the government's continued overall lack of transparency regarding the existence of extraterrestrial visitors is due to an old report provided by the Central Intelligence Agency's Psychological Strategy Board that concluded that the public's potential reaction to unidentified flying objects could be constituted as a threat to national security. Interestingly, this appears to not be the case in recent years. The 1950s was a long time ago, and since then the idea of extraterrestrial visitation has been welcomed with open arms by the public, and the normalizations of such alien imagery via science fiction movies, popular comics and worldwide media has played a tremendous role in this explosion of extraterrestrial fascination. Given recent findings by programs such as the Advanced Aerial Threat Identification Program, It's said that the very existence of the unidentified flying objects is already a national security threat. This has caused some to be torn, saying that if these objects were really a threat, then surely they would have done something by now. These talking points make for interesting discussions, but unfortunately, as of right now, many don't buy the idea that aliens are walking among us. Scientists, researchers, and organizations like NASA have said we've never found proof of alien life. The UFO community, on the other hand, believes that we've been visited, and that sometime in the near future the truth will come out, saying that why would our governments open various UFO programs and spend billions if they didn't exist? They say that there must be something going on for them to justify spending all this time and money. Interestingly, it was also announced that when the president signed the $2.3 trillion relief and government funding bill back in December, it also started the ball rolling on something else. As of that date, US intelligence agencies have just 180 days to release everything they know about UFOs, a subject that has been featured in the mainstream media in recent months. The Director of National Intelligence and Secretary are said to have been put on the spot, and will now have to reveal everything they know about these unidentified crafts. So what do you make of these interesting stories? Do you think UFOs and aliens have visited our planet? If not, why do you think our governments are so secretive about this topic? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.